Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and today I'm going to speak about vulnerability and outcome independence. Alright, so effective vulnerability, so to speak, is tied into outcome independence. And what I mean by that is when we are opening ourselves up, being vulnerable about something, our needs, that or who we are with this other person, there could be an expectation for this other person to resonate with you, so to speak, right? What we may be doing there is we may think that just by opening our hearts up and speaking about our truth, which may be so near and dear and so difficult for us to express, that we are going to be validated, or we are going to have a positive experience sharing that, right? And when that doesn't happen, we may feel invalidated, or or worse, we may stop being vulnerable with anyone because, hey, look, this didn't work out, I'm not gonna bother, forget about it, right? And that's the piece we really need to watch out for when we are walking this path of vulnerability, is being outcome independent. And that's when true vulnerability really comes to the foreground and starts working for us in our lives. So by outcome independence, what I mean is when we no longer attach a result or a outcome that we think should be following us being vulnerable. Okay, so when we no longer have an expectation of how events or reactions are gonna turn out to be after we become vulnerable, that's true outcome independence. Now, to gain outcome independence, what we should really do is look to fill our own cup, validate ourselves, and really understand what is it that we are looking for to happen when we are sharing, whatever we're sharing with people, when we're being vulnerable. So when we are being vulnerable, let's say we are asking somebody for a favor, right? And we express this need of ours, and it's already at that point we're already feeling bad about having to ask for help, and then we do. Now, what if they say no? If they say no, sometimes it's very easy to automatically assume that they don't like us, or they are not friends of us anymore, or worse, they think negatively of us, or whatever the case may be. So when we really start to fill our own cup and validate ourselves to a point where we no longer need validation from others, outcome independence kind of becomes natural. And until we get to that point, because it's all a journey and it ebbs and flows, so until we get to that point, we have to be kind to ourselves and realize that our cups sometimes, for whatever reason, may not be full at that particular period, even though that's our goal. What we may need to do is really preset an expectation with ourselves, saying, you know what, I'm going to open my heart, I'm going to ask for my needs, I'm going to express my opinion, I'm going to say to the world who I think I am, and then I'm going to allow the universe to determine if the outcome that I'm looking for is even going to happen, right? So we should at least give ourselves permission to preemptively accept the fact that there may be rejection at the other end. And if we can do that, if we are no longer hung up about what is going to unfold based off of what we are going to share, that's a beautiful place to be in. And if we, unfortunately, when we cannot do that, it becomes very problematic to that relationship and also to us, because now we are putting all of our eggs in one basket, and it's a tough spot to be in. I know when I didn't necessarily understand the concept of outcome independence, I was thinking of vulnerability as opening myself up and then like kind of having things come to me. But that didn't work out the way I wanted things to work out, because obviously when you open yourself up, the other party that's in this equation may not at all resonate with what you are sharing, right? And so as I filled my cup and as I started being more of who I am, it started happening naturally to me, where I could share something, send a message out, and then not have to worry about the outcome, because I know that at some point, somehow, if not from here, my needs are going to get met, right? And it's one of the most selfless things that we can do for this other person, because now you're no longer binding them through this expectation, and it sets them free to be who they are. So this is not a selfish thing. Like, outcome independence is very unselfish, just by definition of it, because you're no longer tying this person to a contract. Okay, so I hope this helps, and I would like to hear your comments about what you think about outcome independence. Until then, peace.